So it's really nice talking to you, Tasleem. For the record, I remember we had a first live together. It was like 2 years ago. It was the first link, the first list ever we released at Favicon. At the time, I think it was the first top 200, and ever since we've launched a lot of new updates, new versions. Um, so yeah, the goal of this live, I thought that was a pretty interesting concept, is really to focus on profiles you're not used to having in your feed. You know, like the usual suspects. I'm talking about. I don't know, like Luke Matthews, Jasmine Alich, Lara Costa, Matt Barker, you know, the crew you always see in your feed because they're like the most influential creators out there. I thought it would be interesting to focus on the smallest creators, not too small, but those who've been having a lot of traction lately and that people don't necessarily see. So I've prepared a list of 15 profiles, not 10, 15, because it was impossible to cut out some of them. So I was like, okay, let's just do 15 and not 10. And I really what I want to do with you is having your input as a creator, as the creator guide, because that's how you define yourself, and try to understand, try to tell why you think they're really successful right now. Is there anything like particular with their profiles you notice and that you could recommend to other people who are also watching this live, and that they could use maybe as a way to grow themselves on LinkedIn? So that'd be the point of the live. Of course, we will be expecting a lot of comments, a lot of reactions. Feel free. Be awesome to have some feedback, and this is what would make the live lively.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I think that's a great idea. I just reshared this, so just we should get a few people to jump in. Anyone that comes in, please feel free to say hi, drop a comment, because we would want to have a conversation with you. I've got a phone on the side, and so I'll try to keep reading the comments as well. I think Laiba's here. Laiba, thank you so much for joining. Ali's here. I was talking to Ali earlier. Thank you for joining as well. And if you join later, you can still comment and let us know how you feel about the live. Also, apologies for this really depressing lighting right now. I haven't set up my studio lighting yet, so while you look really pretty, Jeremy, I look really drained right now.
It's funny because the beard kind of fits in with your sweat. You know, it's like all black. That's funny. But what really
I need
matters
to,
is the voice, so don't worry about it.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah, as long as the voice is good. And I really need to get a haircut soon too. But okay, I'm happy to sit and speak and analyze all the creators that we're going to go through, because that's what I love doing. That's how
Yeah,
I
I know.
got started on LinkedIn, by the way. Um, so please, ready to get started whenever you are. Let's see who, the rising stars are. I have a good idea about who some of these people could be, because like we were speaking earlier, I haven't seen the list. So for anyone watching, I don't actually know. This is going to be a surprise for me as well, but I have a good guess of, the kind of people that could be in there. For example, we have in the comments Ehlimana. I always mess up her name, but I know she's an amazing creator, and maybe we might see her in the list today. So let's have a look.
So yeah, it would be actually super interesting to see if in the list there are some people you would have picked yourself. And just for the record, and then I will get started. I did a short list of the people on Favicon with the highest growth rate. So that's how, like, I did like a short list, and then I picked 15 creators out of this list. After removing all the podders, etc. So that's how I picked them in the first place, and let's see if data is as efficient as Tasleem's brain. So I'm gonna get started with number 15. I ranked the 15 creators with their Favicon score, so to the lowest score in the 15 to the biggest score in the end. And I'm gonna share my screen. It's a girl, and there are actually many girls in the list. It's really like it wasn't planned, but I think that's a great thing, because we lack female voices on LinkedIn in general. So let me share my screen, and the first one is, can you see my screen?
Yes,
Yeah,
I can. Okay, so Lindsay,
yeah,
I'm gonna
Lindsay,
open up.
number
Are we
15.
gonna open up Lindsay's LinkedIn?
Okay, so first, I just before I open her profile, I wanted to show you like her best posts. So you know, on the
Yes.
Telecom profiles, you can see like the top posts, and for her, it's very interesting because it's very textual. Like it's only text, and it's really rare. Can you see?
Yeah, yeah, I can. But so are you telling me that her best posts are text only?
Yeah, and that's really rare. You're gonna see
Wow.
the next profiles, and it's all about pictures. And I thought that was really interesting to see that even with text only, you could really make it. So yeah, let's go to her.
So this is very interesting to me, and I'll tell you why. The
Oh,
reason this is super interesting is because I follow Lindsay. She comments on my stuff. I comment on her stuff whenever I find value. What I remember Lindsay for is her videos,
yes. Okay.
and
So
I
yeah, yeah. I actually, I'm sorry to cut you off, but yeah, there are videos. So I just on Silicon they're not showing. So yeah, sorry about that. There are videos. If you see her best post here, I was just looking. Yeah, those are text with videos.
oh, we got our mate Luke over there as well. So I haven't seen that video where she puts Luke's face up, but I'd love to have a look at that. So again, I follow her, and my analysis of why she's doing so well is sort of twofold. And again, as we go through the rising stars, you'll start to see a pattern here as well, because I see a pattern with most of the people that do really well. Again, Lindsay's not a surprise because when we were speaking earlier, I sort of hinted that maybe she could be in the list. And, I kind of figured out that she would probably be in there because she's just doing such a good job. Now, what is she doing a good job in? The first thing I feel is that I already think that I know her. And the reason for that is because she pretty much puts out a video every day, and
Yeah,
because
that's
of that I feel like she talks to us so directly that it's like a one-on-one thing. And so while her topics are a bit broader, like she talks about chat gpt and she talks about a couple of other topics, maybe tools, stuff like that, but because it's video, I feel like every day I get to see her face. And
yeah.
so I've I've never spoken to Lindsay, but I feel like I already know her because of that video. So video is super powerful, even though she's obviously written a few text posts as well. So that would be the first thing. The second is, as soon as I look at her profile, I instantly know her service. Now I haven't seen her, like, you open it up now, but even if I weren't to look at this, I remember that she does video for people. And I also remember that she does video in a way where you basically just have one call and you can do video. So the first thing is that she's has a clear offer, which is the video, but she also demonstrates her offer by making the videos. And so that's probably why I really remember her. Another thing, and I'm not sure if this is intentional or if this is just something that she does. She The way she presents is very peculiar in a very positive manner. It's not, she
Mhm.
doesn't present in a very fast way or very bland way. She has a very particular style of presentation, and so I think those things add spice to her personality, and then people remember her, and no wonder she's one of the rising stars here. By the way, Andrew was in my club before he blew up.
Really
So
interesting.
yeah, it's good to see Andrew there as well.
No, but you're right. Like the way she presents herself is really like authentic. I don't know how to put it, but I completely understand what you're saying. So, yeah, it's a textbook profile. I'm pretty sure in a few months she'll be in the top 200. That's for sure. So,
Absolutely, absolutely. By the way, just before we go to the next one, I'm just quickly peeking over at the comments, which I'm reading. So, Rose, good to see you here as well. The backlash last time on lack of play. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. We're going to be reading the comments, so please keep chatting to us. We want to try and make this as interactive as possible, and we'll be, for anyone who has just joined, we'll basically be going through the top 20 creators, and I'll try to figure out if someone is a podder or if someone's genuine or not. Lindsay, I would say, is genuine.
yeah, she's
That's
definitely.
because I've been following. I don't think she's in a pod at all. I think she's got a lot of talent and she works really hard.
And there's so much value in her videos, so that's a no-brainer. So moving on
Absolutely.
to number 14, and that's a different. So I'm gonna show you the best post first before showing you his or her face, and you're gonna tell me if you recognize the creator. So
Okay.
number 14,
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, I already know who that is.
You know her, Sadia.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So again, as soon as I see that picture, the first thing that comes into my brain is financial planning. The reason for that is because she engages with my content. And so obviously I have checked her content back. And what I've found is that she is super clear on what she talks about, which is basically financial planning. Um, I remember more about her content because I remember that I've asked her questions about financial planning in her content. And so, for that reason, I think this is obviously another person. Again, I really don't think she's in a pod or anything at all because I've seen her do the hard work. So, from that angle, I think she's obviously genuine, 100% genuine. But why is she blowing up? Again, she's really good at engaging with others. So she drops really good comments on my posts, and which obviously tells me that she does the same with a lot of other creators, which means she's good at building community. But more so, she has a way of bringing her whole personality to her brand. Maybe because she is very heavily focused on the visual aspect of her posts as well, which again means that more people remember. So yeah, no surprise at all. And she has some great advice. Plus, she has a seven-figure investment portfolio, so it automatically piques my curiosity because I want to find out more about that.
Yeah, she puts a lot of pictures, so it's really easy to remember her face. So remember, like, the
Exactly.
authentic part is super
Yeah.
super important. And
Yeah.
yeah, it looks like she's putting out super like insightful comments. She's in a niche that's not so common on LinkedIn, financial education. I don't see that many creators. And actually, I remember I forgot to mention that I tried to pick 15 creators in different niches, because otherwise, if it were only personal branding, personal branding, personal branding, it would be a bit boring. But yeah,
Yep. Yep.
what's interesting
So
also is,
we
sorry.
we have no, you're right. We have Sergey in the comments. By the way, if anyone from your team can put these up on the screen, that would be great. We have Sergey. Hi from Cyprus. Hi, Sergey. I hope you're doing well. Again, Sergey is a great friend of mine. Laiba's here. Laiba is a great friend of mine as well. Hassan is here. I think Hassan is a great friend of yours as well, and mine. Steve is here. Steve is saying I'd better be in this list. Has well, I didn't make the list. Steve, um, Favicon with their research and analysis and algorithms made the list. I am just here to basically drop my comments on why I think these people are doing well, and we might have one person who is in a pod. So, are we going to have a podder in here as well? Do I need to keep an eye out for that?
Actually, no. I was thinking at first about adding a podder, but I think it would give them too much, like recognition. I really want us, to spend time on quality profiles. I don't want to waste too much time because we have so many profiles to
Fair
go
enough.
through. I don't want to, like waste our energy on these people.
Fair enough. No, of course. I
I
think that's a
want
good
to
plan.
open the chat, but okay, here it is. I put here overlay. Yeah, I think I managed to find. So if you guys do comments, it's going to be shown on the screen. Sorry about that. I'm a boomer, but I think I just found out to do it. Wow, so many
All
people in the
right.
chat. I didn't see it before. So awesome to see Ayesha, Rose, Hassan. Wow, nice to have you guys in the chat. So I'm gonna move on to number 13 of the list. Let me open it. It's a woman again, and
So this is the third woman now. Okay.
so
I think men
again
need some recognition now.
I'm gonna put the most popular post first. You're gonna tell me if you recognize her.
Of
And
course, yeah. So again, I have done a basically an hour-long consultation with Alana myself on a previous live that I did, and so I absolutely know pretty much, well, not everything, but I know a lot about her brand because I've had a conversation with her on a live stream. And this is not a surprise to me at all. This brand is excellent, and I can break down why.
yeah, go for it. It's like it's super interesting. I don't have her in a feed, so I kind of like found out about her through my through data. So I would be super interesting to have your input.
Okay, so first of all, the the way that she's done her branding is very intentional. And again, the reason it is because she is a branding expert and she understands how to do it for other people. And she has, when I spoke to her, we discovered that she has a lot of experience in this industry as well. So if you look at the colors that she's picked, they
Yeah.
represent they represent certain emotions that she wants us to feel. And I absolutely feel those emotions every time I like look at her brand. Number one. Number two, again, she has a good engagement strategy in the sense that she doesn't ignore the community. So I see her in my comments, I see her in a lot of other comments. Another reason, and again, shout out to a lot of my friends again, is I know that she was also in Lara's cohort. So she's basically been taught by the best and she understands how to use LinkedIn in a way where she can basically get good influence. And so no wonder she's in one of the rising stars. Again, when I look at her profile, it makes me feel refreshed. And it makes me feel like, I need to find out what's going on here. So that's one of the aspects. Another thing that I asked her, I think when she was on live, is that it's just I need to find out how she stays so young, and
Yeah.
it's very amusing to me because I research a lot about longevity. And so this is why I really remember, these are the things that I associate with Alana and I really remember. And another thing I really associate is she knows how to present her brand. And I'll give you an example of that. She recently made a post about how 99% of the people that pitch her video services don't get to work with her because she does videos in a very intentional, very different kind of way. Whereas most people would like to do, fast paced jump cuts and different overlays and everything. Her videos are very refreshing. Her videos are very, I don't know what the word for it is, but intentional. If you play any one of her videos, you'll see she's very casually sitting and talking, and she records the whole video in one go. There's no cuts in the video, which is insane. Like if you compare this to any one of my videos, they're so different. And so the fact that what she does is different is the reason that she is in this list right now, in the list of the rising stars. Because again, difference is what makes you stand out. And the biggest problem that most people have is that they're just the same. They just want to do the same thing that all the big boys and the big girls are doing. And obviously that is just going to make people, drown in, well, I'm trying to read this. I'm trying to read Alexander. Oh, who stuck Taz in a cellar? I'm not in a cellar. I just have horrible lighting because I'm right now in a place where I haven't set up my proper lighting and stuff yet. So yeah, it's not a
Okay.
cellar. It's a really nice basement with marbles and everything.
It's a very interesting profile. Like you said, there's something super original about her, like the colors, everything. You can tell it belongs to her. Again,
Yeah.
back to the authenticity stuff.
Yeah, and another thing, if you go up at her banner, I think when we were speaking to her, because I reviewed her profile, her picture was looking the other way from what I remember. And so we gave her feedback to put the picture on looking inwards, not the one in the
Yeah,
banner, but the one in a profile picture.
in the
To
profile.
basically, yeah, it was looking the other way before from what I remember. I don't know, I could be wrong about this, but I'm like 90% sure. And so now she's flipped it and it looks inwards, which is just so much more welcoming and so much better. But again, I love Alana. I love what she's doing on the platform. I love that she's not following suit, but she's actually doing things that make her brand really stand out, like the one I mentioned about video. And so this is amazing. I'm going to read a couple of these comments again. Hey there, Tasleem. Hey, Ahmed. How are you? Anna, nice to see you here as well. Um, let's have a look at this. Tarana, nice to see you as well. Stick around. And Hassan, nice to see you. Glad to see all up till now are my friends. They're all your friends because you're friends with everyone. So yeah,
That's a good point.
yeah,
Yes, I forgot to say that she's from the US. She's one of the three profiles from the US in the top 15 we prepared because it's a very international list. Again, we try to pick creators from diverse backgrounds because it's interesting to see new faces and refreshing. And they all have a very specific way of doing things on LinkedIn in general. So moving on to next profile, it's a guy for once.
Okay, all right. Three goals, and now we have a guy. Let's have a look.
First one in the list, and I think like you're gonna recognize him right away.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, yep, yep.
referring,
Again, these are all my friends as well. Um, I think if you are connected with him and you go to either my profile or you go to Luke's profile or you go to Jasmine's profile, one of the top comments in any one of our posts that you're going to see is going to be by Arif. And the reason this guy right now is in the Rising Stars list is because he is a genius at commenting. So he's done a couple of things really well. The first thing he's done really well is that he's associated the word juice with himself. I have no freaking idea why. you know, I was speaking to him yesterday as well, and I have no idea why he's the juice guy. But I remember him because of that, because that gives him the ability to add a little bit of personality in his comments and then his posts as well. So he not only is pretty much always the first person on my post, Jasmine's post, Luke, Lara, all the big people. He's always first, not only on their post. He genuinely supports everyone in the comments, and so his networking game is pretty much next to no one. Number one. Number two, there's another thing that I've seen him do really well. So if we go to his profile, let's have a
I'm trying to
look.
open it, but it doesn't work for some reason. Uh, I don't know why LinkedIn is doing its things
Oh,
again.
LinkedIn is treating us all really well these days.
So let me try with another tab. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll explain what I was talking about while you open this. One of the things that he's done really well is that he not only, and I saw this in his last post as well, he did a banner breakdown of some of the best banners. And so he's leveraged his network once he's gone there and built these connections with, again, people like Jasmine, people like me, people like Luke. He then leverages it in his content as well, and he knows that we will all return to support him because he's just such a great supporter and a friend to all of us as well. And so he recently created a banner breakdown, and he went so deep in detail, which is not only a great way to basically network, but also a great way to show that he understands the details of his own craft. So this
Mhm.
guy is a genius. He's I've done an audio event with him as well. Not only is he super nice, but he's really good at being himself. He's not trying to be me. He's not trying to be Jasmine. He's just the juice guy. He knows what he's doing, and so that's why we all remember him and also appreciate him because of that. And I'm sure if any one of you in the comments is mates with him, just let us know as well, because he's super cool. Also, Aisha's asking, will there be any hijabis? I have no idea. I did not make this list. I'm just analyzing, but I see a lot of your posts, Aisha. Keep posting, and they're pretty cool.
But Ayesha, you're not a rising star anymore. You're already a star. I think you're like in the top 200 UK. So
His
you're
star has already risen.
yeah, you're a star already. Yeah, I don't know why LinkedIn doesn't want me to open his profile. Like, sorry, Arif, if you see this live at some point, look, LinkedIn doesn't want me to open your profile. I don't know with the extension. No, I cannot. Yeah, sorry about that. So
That's okay.
we're gonna have
Yeah,
to
we can
stick
go to
to
the
the
next one.
Polygon profile. You can see all the posts here. If you want to have a, like you said, there's this sense of juice. Like you can see his face. It looks again very original. So yeah, again,
Yeah.
back to authenticity.
Yeah, authenticity. So with RF, I see authenticity, I see networking, and not only just networking, he leverages the network as well. So again, in my eyes, he's probably one of the best when it comes to all the rising stars that I've seen out there. Again, if you just RF, if you're listening, all you have to do, bro, is just keep doing what you're doing, and consistency will get you into the top 200 very easily.
So just for context, he was at 6K in September, and he right now is at 9.5, so he's growing quite fast.
Amazing, amazing. No doubt, again, and most of it is from his commenting and his networking efforts, which are again amazing.
Awesome. So and he's from
Yeah.
India. one of the, I think, two people from India in the list.
So we've
So
had UK, US, India.
all the English
Um,
speaking countries. If we did a French speaking ranking, I think it'd be even better. So moving up to the number 12, I think, and back to women. This one is trickier. I don't know if you know her because she only has 8K followers. Do you recognize her?
oh yeah, okay, all right. So I've been following Molly for a long time. Okay, you know what the funny part is? There hasn't been a single person I don't know yet. So I'm
Really?
waiting for someone that, yeah, yeah. Like, so we had Sadia, we had Lindsay, we had who else did we have? We had Arif and Molly now, and who else have we had? We've had another girl.
I can show you the whole list because we had, okay, so we had Sadia, Lindsay, Alana,
Yep.
Arif, and Molly.
Alana, yeah. So I know all of them. I'm connected with them. All of them comment on my stuff as well. And whenever I see their stuff, I comment with them. Molly is what I remember her as is that she's a really good coach. And not only is she a really good coach, but again, she is also really good at commenting and networking. So I see her again in my comments, and I think that's one of the reasons why I remember her. But I've also obviously had a look at her content, and her content has what I call a vibe to it, if that makes sense. And I think she's very intentional with it. So if you go to it, you'll see that it makes you feel a sense of freedom, or at least that's what I feel like when I read her posts. And from that point of view, I think she's doing a really good job at just basically building her brand around that sentiment. Um,
I'm trying to open our profile again, LinkedIn. Maybe
I thought I was gonna have internet problems, but you having internet problems.
I don't think it's the internet because the internet is working just fine. You guys, it's working for you? Okay, I don't know. Maybe it's my LinkedIn. Yeah, so we have our banner, we have a profile, we have a text.
Yep, yep,
Okay, so I'm sorry, I'm gonna go back to the Favicon tab in
yep.
the meantime, so you can have some context on our most popular posts. So, what would be the criteria number one for her that would explain her success on LinkedIn? If you had to
For
pick one.
her, I think the best thing with her, first of all, she's been on LinkedIn for a long time because I actually remember seeing her post a couple of years ago. And so she's been doing this a while. Number two, the reason she's probably in the list at the moment is because what I would think is her networking effects. And by the way, that's something that is common in all of these people, as I can see. Either that, or maybe I just feel that way because they network with me. But most of these people are really good when it comes to networking, because unlike other social media platforms, LinkedIn is the only place where you have to give to get, and
Yeah,
you can't just you like, even if you're like Gary Vee or someone, you're not going to get a lot of engagement unless you give to get. In that
this
sense, I think.
yeah, this is what makes the platform both super frustrating but also very rewarding because if you really
Yeah.
put in some energy and if you're like good with people, you're gonna make it on LinkedIn for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it gives us a level playing field because we, the normal people who don't have millions of followers on YouTube and stuff like that, the
Yeah.
only way we can get a lot of attention, or the only platform I see that we can get a lot of attention, is again LinkedIn. Because over here, we know that if we spend the time networking, the time supporting others, we get the support back. And so I think in that sense, LinkedIn is amazing.
So I managed to open one of our best posts, and yeah, you know the drill: picture, inspirational
Mm,
picture, long text, like a
mm,
very good
mm.
first sentence to get people hooked.
Oh, I love that. That's a really good hook. How to get blocked.
Yeah,
There was a guy, let's call him. Okay, this is really good in terms of the hook. Obviously, the visual hook is there as well with her picture, but the text hook is actually really good in this. How old is this post, though?
2 months.
2 months. Okay. Well, okay. The first thing is the algorithm has changed a lot in the last 2 months. So I don't know how this might perform now. But either way, again, Molly, if you're listening to this is a great post because the hook is so good. Anyone that reads that wants to read further. So that's a good
Yeah,
job. And another thing I see. Yeah,
Sorry.
another thing I see straight away. No, you're right. Is there's a lot of sentence variation, but there aren't any double sentences, so it makes it super easy to read.
Yeah.
Like all the way till the end, it's just single sentences, but it's varied. And so again, good job, Molly. I think you're doing a great job. I know that the people that you work with get a lot of help from you, so this is great.
And you think this post wouldn't work that well right now after the algorithm changes?
All right, let's have a look. How to get blocked. There was a guy, let's call him Joe. He did some of my lower ticket offers, implemented, then saw success, then copied me overnight. Yeah, it would still do well.
Yeah,
The
it's
reason
storytelling at its best, I feel like.
yeah, yeah, it would still, because, okay, I'll tell you why. As soon as I see that visual, which is a picture there, and I see how to get blocked, I instantly feel like this is going to be a juicy story. Um, I don't know why, but I feel that way, and so I want to read this. And then the way she structured it, it's a post that flows very well. And so again, I would say that this would probably still do pretty good. If it's been 2 months, give it another month or so, and then repost it. I think it'll still do well.
Okay, awesome. So moving on to the next profile. Is there any question in the chat? Sorry, I don't have the chat right now in front of my eyes. So if there is any question, feel
Yeah, I'll
free.
read some. I'll read some. Alex is saying LinkedIn is not great for streams. Yeah, tell me about it, mate. I did a 16-hour one. It really isn't.
Wow, 16 hours.
Rose, this is motivating me to go harder than before. Rose, you're already doing a great job, so just keep doing what you're doing. Laiba, I'm glad I joined this. Never felt this motivated to start being consistent. That's good. That's good, Laiba. All you need is consistency. That's true. um, I can't read the other comments. Ahmed is MD Nazrul is saying Arif Hussain deserves it. He really does. Again, he's done a really good job. Farha is saying, is there no Sweden on the list? I don't know. Let's see. We've only done 4 people, so we'll move on to the next one because I think we might have to pick up some pace.
Yeah. We only have 1 hour, so moving on to a new continent, and she's from Nigeria. Probably not familiar with her. You know, there's a
I,
you're
I
not.
am. If you show me her name, I'm pretty sure I reviewed her profile. I think she.
She's Lawal Karima.
Yes, so I think I did review her profile in my 16-hour stream.
Oh,
If
really?
you can open her profile, I'll be able to see
Yeah.
again. Yeah, Karima, I did review her profile. I remember because, and Rose is here, she will remember as well, is because she was the only one where I said, this is the only profile I've seen where someone has not one but 3 pictures of themselves in the banner. And then I said, and I said that that's actually a good thing because the way she's made them, it actually somehow works. Usually I don't even suggest people put one picture, but the way she's done 3 is very good, because again, nice big smile, it's very welcoming, and so I think this is great work. Now I don't know too much about her content or like her networking efforts or anything personally, but I think, why would I think that she's doing good?
Yeah, we are gonna again. LinkedIn is doing its thing, so I will show her profile on Favicon and see her best posts.
Yeah,
Well, I
yeah.
think again her face, like you feel some kind of connection with her if you see her on your feed every day, and
Yeah.
her smile really stands
Yeah, I
out.
think it's very nice and welcoming. Yeah, it's very nice and welcoming. I wouldn't be able to give too much of an analysis on her. I haven't really seen too many of her posts in my feed, but I have reviewed her profile, so I do know her. And look, if you ended up on the Favicon list, I think you're doing a great job.
Yeah, she's like her data is amazing, and I want to pay tribute also again to the creators from Nigeria because the LinkedIn scene in Nigeria is insane. Like so many quality creators, and really like there's something really specific about this country, the way they do content on LinkedIn, and really want to congratulate them for an amazing job on LinkedIn.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. There's so many great Nigerian content creators. They have a really good culture of supporting each other as well.
Yeah,
I've seen so many people that shout out their fellow Nigerian people. I have honorary Nigerian citizenship. I have a Nigerian name. They call me Chinudu, and so I love all my Nigerian brothers and sisters.
Awesome. So moving on to another big country, India. I don't know if you've heard of her, but her growth again is amazing. In
So
my
while we go to her, Sergey is saying, Taz, you mentioned that a compelling photo serves as an effective hook. What would you say is the best photo style for boys? Um, Me personally, I don't mind taking pictures of myself clearly. So I know that a lot of people are not that comfortable with their posing game like I am. So what I would suggest is maybe see how Jasmine does it. He uses AI to basically just get a picture of him and then put a background with a hue in the back and a message up front. That's something that I've seen get a bit popular as well since he started doing it. So I think that might be a good way to do it as well. Um, Again, test what you're comfortable with. I don't want you to think that visuals is what makes or breaks the post. It really isn't.
no,
That's why if you actually look at what I'm doing recently as well, is I have a lot more text posts that I'm putting out, because the visual part is only good for, number one, being remembered, and also if it's relevant. I wouldn't encourage what we call sort of like thirst trapping people. And again, men and women both do it, so there's no need to do that. But anyone that has a solid brand needs to put their face out, because the face is what's going to be remembered. Again, that doesn't mean just a selfie with your phone. You could use AI to basically get some pictures together.
it's
Okay.
it's like
Yeah,
ChatGPT. It's nice as an addition, but not just ChatGPT generated content. And I think visuals are
absolutely.
nice an addition as well. So if you have a look
Yeah.
at her profile, because again LinkedIn, I don't know why I can't open her profile. Her hooks are amazing. Like every hook makes you
Yeah.
want to read the
Okay.
brand.
So this is Priya, and I just recently had a hot seat with Priya because she is a member of my club, so I know her in
Really,
detail. Yeah.
people are gonna
So
think I'm paid by you.
you're, yeah, people are going to think that the people are going to think that I suggested this list, but just so
But
everyone knows, I did not say anything
no,
about
look at
this
the
list.
growth. She has a
Yeah,
like it's her growth. Like I can't.
yeah,
She
yeah,
was at
yeah.
1K and she's at 10 like within a few months only. It's amazing.
Yeah, so she just joined my club a couple of months ago as well. Again, I'll tell you, I know a little bit more about Priya, so I know why she might be in the rising stars. The first reason is that she spends a lot of time learning how to do things. I know this because, again, I've coached her directly, and she asked me questions in detail. And so maybe that's why I feel like she spends a lot of time learning. But again, the fact that she invested in all of that and she wants to learn is obviously testament to the fact that she appreciates the learning part of it. Again, anyone that wants to learn is going to grow. It's that simple. And Priya is really good at that. Again, she's good at networking as well. I think I reviewed her profile as well in the profile review aspect. So again, good networking, good profile, good content, is very keen when it comes to learning. So no wonder she's doing great. Also a member of my club. But yeah.
Maybe that's the reason in the first place.
No,
Um,
no.
so
Enrique is saying just put a selfie with tacos el pasta on the background. Don't believe anything Tess says. Enrique is a good friend of mine. He's been trying to hack my computer for 2 years, but he hasn't been able to because I have NordVPN, because he suggested me to get it. Anyway.
good luck with it. Moving on to new profile from another continent, from Singapore. No, actually, it's the same continent, India and Singapore, but it's in the AI niche. I think it's the first one we have in the AI niche. I don't know if you've seen him in your feed. It's really
What's the name? I can't see the name.
Justin Chia.
Okay, so no, this is someone I have not seen in my feed. Probably because I already have really good AI friends, and so I'm not looking to follow more AI people. I mean, I talk to Ruben and Luke all the time, and those guys are the best in this game. But um, without knowing any of the things, if I were to analyze, I would just say again, the field, the topic is just so broad, and it's still on fire. Obviously, not as much as it was at the end of 2022 and start of 2023, but it's still a topic that a lot of people are interested in, which means LinkedIn pushes it, gives it reach, and so you would obviously get a lot of content growth, a lot of profile growth if you're talking about Chat GPT, and you're slightly better than everyone else that talks about Chat GPT. So this is actually,
Yeah, and
again, wouldn't be a surprise.
he's doing it a bit differently. You see the orange color kind of like stands out. The fact that it's a bit dynamic, the fact that he's obsessed with bringing, like resources, free resources, and value. I mean, it's yeah,
Yeah.
he checks
Every
all the
every
boxes.
post I see there is basically just like a free guide that he's given away, which again means that he's sharing a shit ton of value, which if you can do that will obviously help you grow. Also, like you mentioned, I like that he has GIFs instead of static pictures because it captures more attention. Which again a lot of my friends are doing as well now. People like Ryan Musselman, they're putting out pictures that are static plus moving, which is really, I think it's really eye catching.
All right, so now we're moving on to number seven, and we're getting close to the top three. So number seven, I think you might know her. Do you recognize her?
Yes,
Okay,
yes. So far we've only had one person who I don't know, which was Chris just before. Was it Chris or just? Well, I completely forgot his name.
Justin.
Justin Chi.
It's a cheat code to be named Justin on LinkedIn.
Yeah, yeah. I think just because people search for Justin, I don't think someone that comes up. But okay. Um, Tarana, I have spoken to her at a couple of audio events. She is an extremely talented content creator. I think she was in the comments here before as well. So I hope you get to see this. But again, the reason I feel like I know her is because good use of visuals. Also, her copywriting is elite. It's not just, again, so a lot of people think that if you have good pictures that you can get followers, but it's not that simple. You actually need good copy along with the good picture as well. And so it's not like you can just put a good picture and you'll get followers, but she uses, again, the pictures strategically, plus she has really good copy. So if you have a look at this, which is I think her most popular post, because I remember seeing this, is that it's written in a very nice way. There's structure, there's cadence in the fact that you can see one line, two lines, two lines, one line, two line, one line, two line. That is done intentionally. As soon as I see that, I can tell, okay, this is a good copywriter. Like, this is someone who knows how to write copy, so this is a good job. And this post is, it says I don't it starts off with like a contrarian approach, and so the hook pulls people in, and then it ends with a strong note about, I don't care what they're saying, I'm doing what I'm doing, which is always celebrated when, especially when a woman says that. It's something that's celebrated because usually women are not that assertive,
Mhm.
unfortunately or fortunately, and so she does that really nicely. And I think she's going to go very far. She's doing a great job. I think she's already pretty much booked out because she knows how to write good copy.
Yeah, she knows her stuff. That's for sure.
Yeah,
Like her
yeah,
stats are really impressive. If you see her growth, we're talking 5K growth within 2 months. So that's
yeah.
insane.
That's amazing.
Moving on to the next one, and she's from Canada. I don't know if you know her. This is Katie Poon.
Yes. Okay. So I do know her again.
Okay.
I know everyone.
Don't tell me she's in your group or.
No, she. Okay, I actually cannot remember if she was a member or not. But anyway, I don't remember, so I'm not going to say it. I actually know her because she's a longevity expert, and I mentioned earlier that I that's something that I care about. But I would like to mention this, that LinkedIn serves you things that you care about. So LinkedIn saw that I interacted with a couple of people who were talking about longevity and how you could live longer. And if you look at some of my comments, sometimes I comment about how you can live longer, which again has nothing to do with personal branding, but it's something that I'm interested about. It's a topic that I care about. And so LinkedIn feeds me a lot of these people who talk about longevity and the topics that I care about. So I remember her from that. Again, good visuals. She's been on the scene for a long time. The only thing I would suggest her is, Katie, you need a banner, so fix that ASAP, because I don't know what's going on with your banner at the moment. But she has good content and she has good visuals to her content. Like, she puts out a lot of videos. Now, again, videos are not something that get a lot of reach, not because of any algorithmic things, but just because people don't really know how to do video well. But if you can do videos, you will still be someone that is remembered. Because again, like, I could write 50 text posts, but you will remember me more when you see me speak. And so video is just the best way to do that.
Yeah, and it's hard.
Also, Rose has a question, Jeremy. She's
Yes.
saying, are you guys only measuring follower growth speed? Like, what are the criterias for this? So if you
No,
could
no,
maybe
no.
tell the
It's
audience a bit about that.
okay. It's a bit of a mixture, but it's going to be, of course, the growth. It's going to be super important in our choice. It's also going to be the volume of engagement of a month, like monthly, month over month. So it's a bit of a mix between both criterias. I'm
Okay,
trying.
so only one. So we're at what, number 6 now?
Yeah, we're number 6. I'm sorry, I can't show Katie's banner because again, LinkedIn is doing its things. But
LinkedIn is doing LinkedIn things.
yeah, exactly. Now we're at number 5 actually. Only 5 to go. And
Awesome.
then the next one is my personal favorite. I really, really like what she does. I've been like, she came out of nowhere in my feed lately. I'm sure you know her. It's Beatrice.
Oh yes. Okay. So again, I've known Beatrice for a long time. Sorry if I pronounce your name wrong. She has a really good networking game. Plus, she's been creating content for a while. Like, from what I remember, she has over 20,000 followers. So she's not even a rising star. I would say she is a star.
She's at
Um,
19. Shush,
Oh, is
19.
she? Is she? Okay, okay. Yeah, Beatrice is she's super good. I know that she has learned a lot from Lara, so no surprise to me that she's in the top gang, because she understands how this works. Good visuals, good copy, good storytelling, personality plus sales, good profile. No surprise at all that she's in the top 20 rising stars. And again, another thing, the profile has a certain vibe to it. I'm seeing this with a lot of the rising stars, is that they all have a certain vibe to it, to their profile. Maybe that's not the best word to describe it, but that's just
Yes.
how I feel.
There's
And
something unique about each
yeah,
and every one of them.
yeah,
Like remember, we talked
exactly.
about the smile, we talked about the way they put their face, the way they present themselves. You can the colors, like again, this red color is really specific to Beatrice.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
And yeah, we're talking about the juice, the accessories. It can be the word, it can be a like a clothes, it can be a color, it could be anything, and I think it makes a huge difference.
Yeah,
But yeah, Beatrice, like you said, her content, the way she writes is really unique, and I always end up reading her posts for some reason. And again, her stats, it
yeah.
shows. If you look at the growth, it's I mean, look at that.
It's amazing. Yeah, it's amazing. I think she took a break from LinkedIn for a while as well, and then she came back. Maybe I'm confused here, but I'm pretty sure that was Beatrice. But again, it shows that you can come back and dominate.
It was too easy for her, so she decided to take a break to spice things up.
No,
Um,
that was me. That was my story.
yeah, actually, that's true. Yeah, you did that too. Moving on to number 4, and from the US, you must probably know her, Tameka Basil.
Okay, I actually do not know her. This is interesting. So I need to go and follow her. Let's have a look. Temeka.
I'm gonna try to open her profile.
Yeah, let's have a look.
So she's in the marketing and sales category. She talks about social media, but she does a lot of personal posts. Uh, so what you see here is not necessarily text. So it was a bug in the beginning. That's why you can have videos also.
Yeah.
Let me try
How do you
again.
spell her name?
Tameka Basil.
So Tameka Bazil. Okay, yeah, right there. Let's have a look. Yeah, I'm not connected to her. She's the one in Philadelphia, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so she follows me, but I don't follow her because it says follow back. I'm definitely going to connect with her. Let's have a look.
Yeah. Sorry
Okay,
about
great
that.
profile picture. Yeah, great profile picture. Again, I wouldn't be able to tell much about her profile because I do not know her. But why do you think, Jeremy? Let's let you tell us, why do you think she's in the top rising stars? What is she doing that stands out to you?
It's a great mix of like personal stuff, and she brings a lot of value. Uh, like, let's take her last post as an example. Paid social media is not a community builder, is not a set it and go strategy, etc., etc. There's a lot of value, in the content. It's super
Mm.
interesting. There's like, for someone working in social media, it's super interesting. So it's, again, it shows that it's not only like about pictures or anything. No, it's about, you can like have 2,500 likes with this kind of a post, just being very straightforward about something, having a strong opinion about something, but having, of course, being able to back it up. So yeah, she has interesting stuff to say. She manages to share like more personal stuff and insightful stuff. So this is usually a great mix on LinkedIn. And I think one mistake a lot of early creators do is that they think it's only like showing personal, and they get confused between showing personal stuff and being authentic. I think it's the best way to do it is really have to have a niche and have great and interesting things to say about your niche, and being able also to show a bit of your personality and about your story.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, that's a great analysis. I think you're better at this than I am.
I'm not, I'm the judge and you're the guide, so there's a difference there.
Absolutely. You
uh,
have the algorithms and the systems, and
you have it in
um,
your brain. That's the difference between you and me.
yeah, yeah. I just have my brain.
All right, so we're reaching number three, so the podium, and this one, her name is Hatis, and she's from Pakistan. And Pakistan has a great creator scene. Like, so many people are rising right now. So I could have actually picked a few creators from Pakistan, but I picked her. Do you know her?
Of course, yes. So I know her taste. Again, how do I know her? Networking. She has been a great supporter in my comments, which meant I checked her profile out, which meant I was hooked onto her content. And so I think in a very smart way, she got me to comment on pretty much everything she posts. I think I commented on her post today as well. I'm not sure. But um, again, with Hattis, good copy. She's really good at copy. I'm not sure where or how she learned it, but she's really good at copy and good visuals, and good storytelling. Because I remember her story. I know that she mentions that she's a newbie, so she doesn't go around saying, I am the expert of this and that. I've actually seen a couple of her posts where she's said that, I have had low periods and then I've had higher periods. And so I think that's something that's incredible for someone to come in and accept, which shows that they're not insecure about what they're doing, which makes everyone attracted to them. And so I think she does a really good job at that. She's good at commenting, she's good at networking, she's good at making relationships. No wonder she's in, the top. She's what, top two now, top three
That's
in the
yeah.
top three. So she's number three in the Rising Stars.
She's literally tripling her audience almost every 3 months. So yeah, that's
Amazing.
amazing. Her growth is at
Amazing.
100%.
Well done. Well done. I'm super proud of her because she's just killing it. She's literally just killing it.
Maybe she will be in the top. We're releasing a Pakistan top in 2 weeks. Like, we're
Oh,
releasing 10
she's
countries.
definitely going to be there.
Yeah, we'll see about that. It'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Uh, Number two, I think many people know her, have seen her in their feed, because she does bangers. It's, I don't know how to pronounce
Oh,
it.
okay. We're just gonna call it Ellie.
Ellie.
So
Okay.
again, I know Ellie because I've seen her content. She's supported me for a while. I've supported her for a while. I know that she works with a good mate of mine, Jasmine. So this is, again, no surprise to me at all, because if you hang out with five people who are good at business, you'll be the sixth person that's good at business. If you hang out with three people that are good at writing, you'll be the fourth person that's good at writing. But I actually want to point out something that I really enjoy and respect about Ehli and her brand. Again, I hope you don't mind me saying that because I don't want to. I don't want to butcher your name. But the way she has gone by building her brand is that she does not use any personal visuals. And I have massive respect for that because she has gone completely left field, and she has, I don't know if people have noticed this or not, but she's basically 99% text. Maybe she does a carousel here and there, but because her writing is so crisp and so good, she doesn't even need to put a picture on. Again, maybe if she puts a picture on, the engagement might go down or up or whatever. We don't really know that, but I have massive respect that she decided that I'm going to build my brand using text, and then she did it, which is, it's just, it's so impressive to me. She shares some great tips on how to get started. She shares some great tips on how to write better. I know that she writes for other people as a ghostwriter. So if you're looking to find a ghostwriter and you're a female executive, I remember this from her banner, hit her up. And this is amazing that she's number two in the top rising stars because she's doing an incredible job.
And if you're
No
getting
doubt at
started,
all.
on LinkedIn, she had 75 followers in March 2023. So
That's
less than a
insane.
year ago.
That,
So it's never too late to get started.
that is so good. Exactly. It's never. This is actually the best time to get started because in the next 3 to 4 years, maybe less than 4 years, LinkedIn is probably going to go from 1 billion to 2 billion people. The reason I'm saying that is because that's sort of what happened with Facebook. Once you get a certain amount of people, these graphs usually, as you can see with Ellie's growth as well, is that they don't go linear; they grow exponential. And so as more people come, it brings on even more people. And so people who were creating 5 years ago started with maybe 600 million people. And so in those 5 years, we've come to 1 billion now. So 400 million added. But in the next 5 years, it's going to be a billion added. So there's so many new people coming every day. And I think that this is like the bestest time to get started, no doubt. But
Completely.
great job, Ellie. I have massive respect for your brand. I think you're doing a great job. Um, she's going to be in the top 50 in no time.
She surely will be. So, and the last one, so I had to pick someone from Australia just to pay tribute to you, Tasleem. I don't know if you know him, probably, and he's almost not a rising star anymore because I just saw that he's number 14 in LinkedIn
Okay.
in Australia, but his growth has been phenomenal. So, do you know him,
Yeah.
William Choi?
Yes. So me and him are actually going to. So me and him grew up in the same place in Sydney. So I
What?
actually know him. Yeah,
Really?
I know. This is crazy. It's insane because literally everyone you mentioned, I know them. But me and William, I just flew to Pakistan now, but I was supposed to meet him in Sydney, and we were supposed to get this famous chicken called El Jannah chicken in a town called Blacktown where we both grew up. But I know him. I have again given him guidance over DMs. So I have spoken to him. So I'm actually super proud that he's number one right now, like in the rising stars, because this is amazing. Um, but yeah, he has not only a good funnel, so I know that he converts because he has a product that people can buy, but he also has good branding. And so whenever I see a post, it's always in his colors, in his brand, in his brand colors, and it's very recognizable instantly. So from that point of view, it's great. Also, he knows he's at the start, so he goes a bit broad with the inspiration. So that's number two. So good branding, broader with the inspiration. Number three, this guy, if you look at his posts, he's always testing. I think he did a carousel a couple of days ago that was about good branding or good marketing advertisements or something like that. And then he did an inspirational post, as you can see there. So he always has different kinds of posts because he knows he's at the start and he needs to test and fail quickly to be able to get to the top. And so I think that way he's done a really good job. Or he puts, personal stories as well. Again, good with networking because I know he did that with me. So I'm sure he's doing that with other people. Um, And yeah, look, if you're in Sydney and you're even within 100 kilometers of me, you're gonna get into the top ratings. No, I'm kidding, but he's doing a great job. No wonder he's in the top. So basically, only not I didn't know two people,
Yeah, so
Justin and
I'm gonna
um,
show the list again. I mean, I'm gonna do a post about it tomorrow anyway with the carousel, so that people who weren't in the live will see it. But yeah, it's actually impressive. You're a true creator guide, Taslim.
yeah, yeah. Not only do I know most of these people, I've actually guided most of these people. And it's so funny that the first person, again, I can't disclose the details of what I guided him with, but I've previously helped William with mindset stuff. And so again, whenever he sees this, he knows that me and him are going to meet soon to get that spicy chicken in Blacktown.
And again, I really want to emphasize before we get finished. Uh, I swear, Taslim and all the profiles I picked them myself. There was no like Taslim
I had
didn't
no
pay
idea.
for anything. So again, I showed the data. The data shows that these people are having like an insane growth right now on LinkedIn. So yeah, that's pretty impressive. Good job, Taslim.
Great job to Favicon, because I think these are, if I were to pick the people who are rising stars, I would have picked these people. Obviously with the exception of the two people I didn't know, but other than that, this is such a spot on list, because I think if I were to put my money on any people, I would put it on these people.
Awesome.
And maybe I would say that, so if out of these people, I would say the five people that are definitely going to be in like the top 50, Hatisi, Ellie, Beatrice, Alana. Oh wait, I can't do five because again I'm gonna Arif. But I did four women and one guy, so this is not fair at all. But I think these people are killing it anyway.
So we are actually releasing the top 200 worldwide in 3 weeks. I think it's going to be too early for them, but I'm sure that in the version afterwards, maybe at the end of the year, they will be in the list. So Taslim, thank you so much for taking the time to go through this list with me. Honestly, it was so interesting, and I really hope that the people who followed the live found it as interesting as I did. The video is going to be available on YouTube. So for those who missed like one of the rising stars, and I'm going to do a carousel on it tomorrow. And if you like the concept, maybe we will do it again in the near future. So again, if you like the video, if you like the concept, please like the post, comment, do a post about it. Anything that would help us support this format would be great.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me, man. I think this was a blast. I'm always available for analysis, so this is great.
Yeah, I need to give you free access to Favicon because I think you're better than our algorithm. So
Yeah, but I'll let your algorithms do the thing, because then I'll put myself at number one. That won't be fair.
thank you so much. I will be ending the stream
Thank
if I
you.
manage to find the button. Thank you so much for all the people who commented and who followed the live. And remember, in 3 weeks, we are releasing the top 200 worldwide. And in 2 weeks, we are releasing new countries: Pakistan, Sweden, Denmark, Poland, Indonesia, Philippines, and a few others. I'm sorry for the ones I forgot, but you can check everything, of course, on my profile. Thank you so much, Taslim. Take care.
Thank you, Jeremy. See
Great
you,
day.
man. Bye bye.
Bye, everybody.